Jungle Jane hasn't changed much. Well, she still fears all the gnats taking over. But one thing has changed for sure. That bandana of hers that was such a big trademark, when she was fighting the gnats one day, she knocked it off. Clean off. But the thing is about her, she didn't know where it went, and it drove her crazy and sad. Hopefully she finds it soon. Hambone has gotten used to the environment rather easily compared to his compatriots, but he was definitely affected by the lack of help. He eventually attempted to cut his own hair with his knife. It failed, but he never lost hope and always kept thinking about being saved, maybe even by a boat. A lot has happened to Bear Grylls over these last 4 months of separation from civilization, but some things have never changed. He still urinates into a bottle and drinks it. But he has been able to somewhat shed his clothing over time due to the weather becoming warmer. Chief Roy has really struggled over this time. Many of his followers have left him after losing to the 3 heroes. He found some toys from the dead wreckage of soldiers, and he even found a firearm that he worships as if it's a god. But one day he stumbled across Jungle Jane's bandana, and he took it, that led us to this.
Jake, hey, come back.
Stop. Listen, we're not in Syria. Stop. I'm on a boat. Batman. Antelope! Huh? Antelope. I'm hungry. Maybe I should wake him up. Jungle Jane. Circle meeting. Now.
No. Okay. I'm up.
Hambone. Hey. You're not in Syria. I promise. What? Circle meeting. Now.
Guys, I really miss Jake. I mean, I just wish we could get out of here and I could find him and we could go home.
You know what I miss? Boats.
Well, you know what I miss? Being able to eat good food.
Well, we should get rescued by a boat.
I want Jake to come and rescue me.
Really? Is that all you care about is just getting rescued by a boat? You don't care?
I mean, we could do, like, sea rescue, or we could do land rescue. We should get rescued.
Guys, I got it. How about a helicopter?
How are we going to get a hold of a helicopter?
Well, I mean, there was that clearing with the crash site, so we could go up there and, I don't know, we just need to spend some time up there. We got to think it out. I mean, but right now we really need to worry about getting some food and stuff and just making it through this last time and get our plan together.
You know where there's food? Boats.
All this talk about food makes me hungry. I'm gonna go find some food.
You kill my people. No! Hambone! No! Hambone!
10% luck, 20% skill, 15% concentrated power of will, 5% pleasure, 50% pain, and 100% reason to remember the name.
Jungle Jane! Jungle Jane!
What? What happened?
Bad news.
What?
I've been shot.
By who?
By the chief. And he got Bear Grylls.
What? Are you serious?
He's dead.
No.
That way.
I can't believe he's gone. He was with us for so long.
Wait, right here.
Well, we can't just leave him. I mean, we're gonna have to take him with us.
How do we get him out of here?
I guess we just have to carry him. Oh, I don't know even what to do.
What?
Where's my bandana? Is that the chief?
The chief.
The chief? Oh my god.
Look, a satellite. Maybe I could call for help.
Well, we gotta take it with us. I mean, it's part of the three amigos.
Yeah, we can't just leave him here.
No.
Grab it on.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello? Get me the Admiral.
What?
The Admiral!
What?
Oh my gosh, do you not know what an Admiral is? Then get me the General.
Sorry, it's for you.
Hello, General. My name is Hambone. Call sign, save the watches. And we are stuck. There's 3 of us. Somewhere off the coast of Syria. Azimuth, 45 degrees. We need helicopters. We have no course. Altitude unknown. Ground speed is 0. We're in one location. We plan to put our friend in a basket and get him out of here. Save the watches, 53, out. Let's find the crash site.
Good idea.
I think it was west.
I think it was east.
Okay, let's head that way.
Alright. Well, how much longer until they start looking there?
They didn't say. We'll have to camp there.
Good idea. We can move our encampment there, but we're gonna have to come back for Bear Grylls' body. And then, once we have our camp there, then we'll just have to wait for them, I guess, right?
Right,
Okay, so, is it north, south, east, or west?
north.
Are we sure?
Yes,
Alright, let's go north.
let's head north.
Wow, this terrain's getting a little rocky.
Stop! The compass is turning. Okay. Clearing.
Oh my gosh! There's hope! There's hope! Oh!
Let it go, when I rise like the break of dawn. Let it go, that perfect girl is gone. Here I stand in
Well, I think we should just call him back and tell him that we don't need the basket anymore.
Yeah, we have a perfect place. It's a flat land, high altitude,
Not rocky, pretty great.
clear. Yep. Alright, I'll call the General.
Alright.
Hello, General. Forget the basket lift. Found the perfect landing zone. Can you track the GPS on the sat phone? Okay, thanks, sir. Goodbye. I'll be here in 20 minutes.
Okay, we should go get the body.
Okay. Hey! Hey! Over here!
Set his body right here. We're about to take off. You guys endured a lot. Get ready for liftoff. Here, have a seat. When our heroes returned home, Hambone was awarded the Purple Heart for his sacrifice in the battle against the chief. He accepted it proudly and said he accepted it not only for himself, but for his friends as well, whom also endured so much.
Honey, I'm home! Baby! Hi!
Hi.
I'm back!
Oh my.
Where have you been?
Where have you been?
I was lost! I came looking for you!
I was looking for you too for like a whole hour.
Just an hour?
Well, like, we put a picture of you on the milk carton.
Yeah. Oh wait, that's me.
Started at the bottom. Now we're here. He's a good man. He always wanted his memorial to be a fountain of water and youth.
Well, there you go, Bear Grylls.
During the battle between our heroes and Chief Roy was killed. After killing Bear Grylls, Hambone took revenge upon Chief Roy by stabbing him with his knife. Before the tribe left their forest they once owned, they buried their late leader and wandered aimlessly with no absolute leadership.
Hey guys, we are filming part 3 of The Will to Survive, and we're walking down the trail and just found a Snapple cat. So I wanted to let you know, fun fact, some bears build nests in trees for sunbathing and resting.
Referring to me?
Will to Survive video journal day 2.
Oh,
Walking
yeah.
down the trail, we just saw a snake and Sabrina freaked out. It was awesome.
She was like, oh!
Final day filming Will to Survive. It's really hot. Sabrina is in the little creek getting dysentery.
That concludes the Will to Survive, the final chapter, and it is now time for the glorious recap, of course. So our topic that we covered was mainly rescue and recovery principles. So we're going to talk about some of the recovery principles that we used and some that are very useful maybe for future situations. So Josh, do you want to start off by addressing the recovery principles that you mentioned?
Yes. One thing you want to include, if you have a radio message and you're able to call for help, you want to include your ground speed, your location, your terrain.
Right. We also have several different methods of recovery. We use the helicopter recovery, and we really focused on discussing the recovery site, how it was flat land, not rocky, good elevation, and you want to always address those 3 factors when you are looking for a rescue site, because as a survivor's responsibilities, you need to follow all instructions that you are given, as well as making it easier for them to establish your position and give you a solid rescue. So, do you want to address the different types of rescue?
There are quite a few. As Josh even mentioned, he went to boat rescue, obviously helicopter rescue, and there are also many different things of when you're rescued, such as if you do have someone that's injured. A lot of the times you'll need a stretcher in order to get them out, and all kinds of and stuff like that. Say you're stuck in a forest like they were, and they weren't able to find a flat land or open area, they would have needed to have the helicopter drop a rope down, either a ladder rope or just a regular rope to tie themselves on and be picked up with. But as you remember, Bear Grylls died, so they would have had to have lowered. They would have had to, whenever they were talking to the general, called and asked for a basket, and a basket would have had to been lowered down to put the body in.
Right, so we're actually going to show you what the basket recovery looks like. It is this one right here, found in your book. That is normally what the typical basket rescue looks like. And then there's also this horse collar one where the harness would go up around under your arms and you would hang on while they lifted you up. That would be if you were in complete standing condition. So, other than that for recovery principles, there are many. You basically have to assess the situation before you decide your best option for recovery. And if you are trying to get yourself out and you don't have any assistance, then obviously you're not going to use your recovery principles. This is when, for our situation, we ended up finding a satellite phone and being able to get in contact with the outside world, basically, and get some assistance.
Now, I know you mentioned the horse collar. There's a few other ones in the book. Do you want to show those?
Sure. There is also the Motley rig, which is right here. Right there. And then there's also the Swiss seat, which I know is very common, which is up here in the corner. So those are just some of the main ones that are often used in recovery principles.
Now, a lot of those, the helicopter is not actually able to drag you up into the helicopter with those, so you would have to hang from the helicopter. And those are very helpful when time is an issue and you need to get out fast in a clear area.
Right, and also when you're in a survival situation, many other common things that you will see is a fixed wing aircraft, and those are also very helpful in recovery and assessing the situation. If they can't personally assist you directly, then they will obviously be able to assist in sending someone towards you. Now, in our case, in the very beginning, if you guys remember in our very first episode, there was a helicopter crash. Now, as soon as that crash occurs, then the National Search and Rescue automatically go out and begin a search and rescue. Normally, if you're on an airplane, helicopter, aircraft of any kind, that will immediately happen. So in our case, that did happen, but unfortunately, we were not found by them directly.
Unfortunately for our heroes, it ended up like Malaysia Airlines.
So,
and in addition to the boat rescue and the helicopter rescue, the fixed-wing aircraft rescue, there are also rescues that are done with both boats and helicopters.
On top of that also, whenever their ham bone has a sat phone, you obviously aren't directly going to get a hold of the general. That doesn't actually happen. And most of the time, whenever you're calling for help, you have a radio or whatever, even if it is with a sat phone, you get a hold of the military and you're asking for a medevac. You'll have to use what's called a 9-line, which is the first line would be the location, your line 2 radio frequency, like your call sign, whatnot, like such as Hambone was Save the Watches 53. You would also, and then line 3, you would say how many number of patients you have and if they're urgent or urgent surgical, if they're priority, so on and so forth. Line 4 being special equipment that you might need, such as a basket. Line 5 being the number of patients and whether or not they need litters or they're ambulatory or nothing at all. Line 6 being if you need any extra troops, like say if there's enemy troops on the ground, whether they need the medevac helicopter might need assistance. You'd also label how you mark the pickup site, such as smoke, panels, like the little mirror panels, so on and so forth. Line 8 being if the patient is military, it's a civilian, non-U.S. military, such as like if it be a foreign military man, so on from there. And then line 9, you would only use if you were not in a combat zone, which the 3 heroes were not, and they would have to describe the area, say if there's any contamination of it at all.
So that basically concludes our rescue and recovery principles. So we thank you for an awesome season of filming, and we have really enjoyed working on this project, and hope to see you guys in the future.
I came in like a wrecking ball. We need to do this project, but first, let me take
Hi, I'm John Waters, and this is The Creep.
When you're out at a club and you see a fly girl, do the creep, and do the creep. And if you wanna make friends at the ATM, do the creep, and do the creep. Well, we got a new dance, so get up on your feet.
Compass is turning.
It's real easy to do, and it's called the creep. Let your hands flop around like a marionette. Pop your knees up and down and chicken your neck.
Compass is turning.